Next rule for numerical integration is Simpson's one-third rule. The previous one is what? Trapezoidal rule. And this one is what? Simpson's one-third rule is again the rule for numerical integration. And statement of the question is what? State and prove the Simpson's one-third rule for numerical integration. And what is the statement of the Simpson's one-third rule? Suppose we have to integrate this fx dx from a to b, and we divide this interval, closed interval, into n equal subintervals, each of length h is equal to b minus a divided by n. And then these are the n points of these subintervals. X naught is a, x1 is x naught plus h, and then x2 is x naught plus 2h, xn is x naught plus nh, that is b. And f of xn is yn for all n runs from 0, 1, 2, 3. Means the value at x naught of the function f of x is what? Y naught. That is what? F of x1 is y1, means corresponding to x1, the value of y or fx is y1. In this way, the value at xn is yn. And then integration a to b fx dx is equal to I, that is integration a to b fx dx is equal to h by 3 y naught plus yn, that is the first value of y plus last value of y naught plus yn, plus 2 times y2 plus y4 plus yn minus 2. That is the even suffix y. These 2, 4, n minus 2 are even number. And that is even suffix of y. So y2 plus y4, and plus 4 times, this is y1 plus y3 plus y5 plus yn minus 1. That is the addition of odd suffix of y. The function values of the function y are fx, and the suffix are odd. And in these two brackets, there is no y naught or yn. So what is the formula? H by 3. So this is 1/3 rule. That therefore h by 3, 1 by 3h. 1/3 rule is called 1/3 rule. So 1 by 3h. First value plus last value plus 2 times summation of even suffix except y naught and yn, and 4 times plus 4 times addition of odd suffixes other than first and last, except first and last. So this is the statement of the Simpson's one-third rule. So what is the statement of the trapezoidal rule? The statement of trapezoidal rule. This is the statement of trapezoidal rule, that consider integration this and divide this interval a to b in n equal subintervals, and each of length this, and then the end points of these subintervals, and then fxn is yn, that is f of x naught is y naught, f of x2 x1 is y1, f of x2 is y2, f of xn is yn. And integration a to b fx dx is what? H by 2. Observe this, h by 2 plus in square bracket, in round bracket, y naught plus yn, that is first value of y plus last value in one bracket, plus 2 remaining values of y. Remaining values of y. Remaining means other than y naught and yn in this bracket. And what is in Simpson's one-third rule? The rule is what? H by 3, first value plus last value in one bracket, plus 2 times even suffix, 4 times odd suffix. What is here in trapezoidal rule? 2 times all remaining other than y naught and yn, addition of all remaining values of y, 2 times. But here is what? 2 times odd even suffix, addition of even suffix, and plus 4 times addition of odd suffix. Obviously in this bracket there is no y naught and yn other than y first and last, other than first and last. That is, if the last point, suppose yn is y9, but here is this bracket does not contains y9. It is odd suffix, but except last point, first and last point. So here is also, suppose this n value of n is suppose 4, but if here is y2 plus y4, but y4 does not then contain in this bracket because y4 is last. So 2 times addition of even suffixes, addition of all odd suffixes of y, values of y. So this is the Simpson's one-third rule, and we prove this rule by using general quadrature formula. So first state the general quadrature formula. So what is the general quadrature formula? Integration I, that is integration a to b fx dx. I means what? Integration a to b fx dx is what? H n y naught plus n square by 2 delta y naught 1 by 2 factorial, this n cube by 3 minus n square by 2 delta square y naught plus 1 by 3 factorial, n raised to 4 by 4 minus n cube plus n square delta cube y naught, and so on. So this is the general quadrature formula. So this proof is same like trapezoidal rule. What is the proof of trapezoidal rule? There is the put n is equal to 1 in trapezoidal rule. If you observe the proof of trapezoidal rule, this is the proof of trapezoidal rule. What is the first set the general quadrature formula, and then substitute n is equal to 1. That is, we divide this interval a to b in n equal sub-intervals, equal sub-intervals, and then take integration on the first interval. That is the proof is x0 to x0 plus h is the first interval. Then take the integration over second interval, then third interval, and in this way take the integration over last interval and add all these. We get integration a to b fx dx. So this is the proof of trapezoidal rule. So here, instead of taking one interval, we are going to take two intervals. Taking two intervals. That is, we take first x0 to x0 plus 2h. So this a to b interval a to b divided into n equal subintervals. Out of that, take first two intervals x0 to x0 plus 2h. So first take two intervals. That is, take the integration on the first two intervals. So what are the first two intervals? Endpoints of first two intervals. X0 means a, then x0 plus h means x1, and then x2 is what? X0 plus 2h. That is, by taking these two intervals, first two intervals, the endpoints are 3. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, and the corresponding values correspond to x0. The value of y is y0. Correspond to x1. The value of y is y1, and corresponds to x2. The value of y is y2. That is, we have the values of x 3 in numbers. What are that? x0, x0 plus h, x0 plus 2h, and we have the 3 values of y. What are that? y0 plus y1 plus y2. And if so, if we prepare the forward difference table, suppose, then what is the first column? First column is y, values of x. Then second column is values of y, and the third column is what? Delta y. And there are 3 values of x or y. Therefore, delta y contains 2 values, and delta square y contains only 1 values. And afterwards, that is delta square y up to delta square y, we have the terms in that table. But after that, further differences, that is delta cube y naught, delta cube delta raised to 4 y naught or y, are all 0. And therefore, we have the terms up to this delta square y naught, because we are going to take first three values of x, or 3 values of, there are 3 values of y, and therefore we have the non-zero differences up to delta square. Further differences are 0. So substitute these values in this general quadrature formula. So I means integration a to b. So first take two intervals. So x0 to x0 plus 2h here. Write integration x0 to x0 plus 2h fx is equal to fx dx is equal to, this is x0 to x0 plus 2h fx dx, because the first two intervals are considered here for integration. So we are going to take integration on first two interval, then say next two intervals, and the remaining 2 intervals, last 2 intervals. Okay, so in this way we are going to prove the Simpson's 1/3 rule. And the next one is what? The Simpson's 3/8 rule. In the Simpson's 3/8 rule, we are going to take the integration over first 3 intervals, then next three. In this way, we are going to take integration over 3 intervals at a time. So in trapezoidal rule, take the integration over single intervals. In the Simpson's 1/3 rule, put n is equal to 2 means take first 2 intervals, take this, at a time we take two intervals for integration. And in the Simpson's 3/8 rule, that is the next one, third rule, in that we substitute n is equal to 3 in general quadrature formula. That means in the 3/8 rule, we are taking the integration over three intervals at a time. First three, then next three, in this way last three. So integration a to b fx dx, that is I, converted to x naught to x naught plus 2h fx dx. This I means what? So we are going to substitute this n is equal to 2 in this formula, general quadrature formula. So I means what? A to b fx dx, that is a is x naught to x naught plus 2h fx dx is equal to h, this h as it is, n means 2y naught, this 2y naught plus 1/2, this n square means 2 square is 4. So 4 by 2, 4 by 2 is what? Is 2. Is 2, not 1/2, is 2. Here n is n square, that is 4 by 2, that is 2 delta y naught, and then plus 1 by 2 factorial, that is 1 by 2, n cube 8 by 3 minus 4 by 2. And this calculation is what? This calculation is 1 by 2, 8 by 3 minus 4 by 2 is what? We have the answer 1 by 3, this answer. If we substitute here, n is equal to 2, then 2 cube 8 by 3 minus 4 by 2. 1/2, 8 by 3 minus 4 by 2. So LCM is 6, and then 16 minus 12, that is 4 by 3, and this 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, and so answer is what? Here is 4, that is we have the answer. Here is not 1/2, here is 2. Here is 2, right? 2. So what is the number? 1 by 2. Factorial means 1 by 2. And so we have the answer 1 by 3. So here write 1 by 3. Then here is write 2. N square by 2 means 4 by 2, that is 2. Right here 2, and right here here is the correction that 2 2s are 4. So write 2 by 3 at this place, 2 by 3. Here write 2 by 3, and here write 2. And then calculate this, all calculations. Calculate all these calculations. So what do we have? So take this 1 by 3 as common factor, and then we have this. Here write 2, and here write 2 by 3. 2 by 3. Then take 1 by 3 as common factor and calculate all these calculation. We have the answer h by 3 y naught plus 4y1 plus y2. We have this answer h by 3 y naught plus 4y1 plus y2. We have this answer. Okay. So next two intervals, that is these are the first two intervals, x naught to x naught plus 2h. Then next two are what? X naught plus 2h to x naught plus 4h. So what are the end points of these two intervals? X naught plus 2h, x naught plus 3h, and x naught plus 4h. These are the end points. And what are the corresponding values? Like this, the corresponding values are what? Of y are what? y2, y3, and y4. y2 corresponds to x naught plus 2h, y3 corresponds to x naught plus 3h, and y4 corresponds to x naught plus 4h. And so by similar rule, that is by using this general quadrature formula, we have this answer similar to this. H by 3, instead of y naught, write y2 plus 4y3 plus y4, because this answer is obtained by using integrating the over first two intervals, that is x naught plus 1 and x naught plus 1h plus x naught plus 2h. That is the corresponding points are what? Values of y are what? Y naught, y1, y2. So here is y naught, y1, y2, and the corresponding values to x naught plus 2h is y2, then x naught plus 3h is y3, and x naught plus 4h is y4. So this is the integration over next two intervals. In this way, obtain the next two intervals, integration over next two intervals. If you write here, the next two intervals are what? X naught plus 4h to x naught plus 6h. And the answer is what? Fx dx is equal to h by 3 y4 plus 4y5 plus y6. So in this way, the last two intervals, integration over last two intervals. So if we, when we have the last two intervals, when the we have the two intervals at the last, if the number of intervals, this number of intervals divided this interval AB must be even in number. Otherwise, if we divide the interval AB into 11 parts, suppose 11 sub intervals, then what happen? If we taking two intervals at a time, then one interval remains at the last. But if we take the sub intervals even in number, then what happen? If we take two intervals, suppose we divide this interval into 10 sub intervals, sub parts, then what happen? If we are taking two 5 times, then we have the last two sub intervals. Two sub intervals remains at the last. But when if n is even number, so in the previous rule there is no condition on this n, but in this rule the condition is what? Where n is even. So take this n as an even number. That is, we take sub intervals even in number. If you have to apply Simpson's 1/3 rule, then divide the intervals into even number of sub intervals, in even number sub intervals, and then the integration over last two sub intervals. So what are the last point? X naught plus nh, and then the previous point is what? X naught plus n minus 1h, and the second last point is what? X naught plus n minus 2h. So correct here, right here n minus 2. Here is a wrong answer. This n minus 1. Correct here n minus 2. So the last two intervals, their end points are what? X naught plus n minus 2h, x naught plus n minus 1h, and x naught plus nh. So these are the end points of the last two intervals. What are that? X naught plus n minus 2h to x naught plus nh. These are the end points of the last two intervals, and this answer is what? H by 3, and the corresponding value of y is what? Corresponds to x naught plus n minus 2h is the value is y n minus 2. Then corresponding to x naught plus n minus 1 h is yn minus 1, and the corresponding value to x naught plus nh is yn. So h by 3 yn minus 2 plus 4 yn minus 1 plus yn. So adding all these equations, so here I is equal to integration a to b. A means what? X naught. B means x naught plus nh fx dx. So this integration divided in this sub integrations. So by using this rule, what is the rule? A to b fx dx plus b to c fx dx is a to c. A to b, b to c is a to c. Integration a to c. Like that, if the integration is a to b, b to c plus c to d, then it is a to d. So by using this rule of integration, addition of two integration, we have this, that this a means x naught to x naught plus 2h fx dx, that is integration over first two intervals, plus x naught plus 2h to x naught plus 4h fx dx, that is next two intervals. In this way, the next two intervals are what? If you have to write this term, next term, then what is that? X naught, x is equal to x naught plus 4h to x naught plus 6h, plus in this way last two intervals. So what are the last two intervals? X naught plus n minus 2h to x naught plus nh fx dx. So here is correct figure, that n minus 2. Here is a right n minus 2 in this place, n minus 1. So this is x naught plus n minus 2h to x naught plus nh fx dx, and then substitute the value of this quantity. This integration is what? H by 3. This value h by 3 y naught plus 4y1 plus y2 plus h by 3 y2 plus value of this integration from this h by 2 y2 plus 4 y3 plus y4, and then integration x naught plus n minus 2 h2, value of this quantity is substituted there. So correct here the calculation that substitute n is equal to 2 here. So what do we have? 2 y naught plus 4 by 2 means 2 delta y naught, and the calculation of this factor is what? This is not 1 by 3, this is 2 by 3. So right here the figure, instead of this 1/2 2, and here 2 by 3, and calculate all this, we have the same answer, that h by 3 y naught plus 4 y1 plus y2. There is some mistake in this calculation, so we have this answer for it. Okay, so correct this calculation while writing in the notebook, your notebook. So substitute the values, all these values, and then take h by 3 as common factor, and then what we have? Y naught, this is single term, this y naught is single term, y1 and here y2 and here y2, these are two terms. This y4 and the next y4, these are two terms, but this yn and y naught are single terms, and therefore write in one bracket that y naught plus yn, this last first term and last term, and then take this y2 plus y2 becomes 2 times y2, then y4 plus next y4, the next bracket is what? h by 3 y4 plus 4 y5 plus y6, so that y4 and y4 becomes 2 y4. In this way, this yn minus 2 and the previous term, it's yn minus 2 becomes 2 times yn minus 2, and take that 2 as common factor. So what do we have? y2 plus y4 plus yn minus 2 in one bracket, plus these terms 4y1, 4y3, 4y1, yn minus 1. So take 4 as common factor. So we have y1 plus y3 plus y5 plus yn minus 1 in one bracket. And so this is the Simpson's 1/3 rule. What is the Simpson's 1/3 rule? H by 3 integration a to b fx dx. A means x naught, b means what? X naught plus nh is what? H by 3 in one bracket, first value plus last value plus 2 times odd suffix plus 4 times even suffix. So similar proof for 3/8 rule. So question is state and prove Simpson's 3/8 rule. So statement is again the same, that is we have to find the integration a to b fx dx numerically. So divide this interval a to b into n sub-intervals, equal sub-intervals, each of length b minus a by n, and then the end points of the intervals are these: x0, x1, x2, xn, and the corresponding value of y are y0, y1, y2, yn. And then this is the rule, integration a to b fx dx is what? 3h by 8 or 3 by 8h. So that's why the rule is called 3/8 rule, 3 by 8h. First value plus last value, y0 plus yn, plus 3 times, these are y1, y2, y4, y5, yn minus 2, yn minus 2, yn minus 1. So these are what? These, if you observe suffixes 1, 2, there is no 3. So the here is term y3. Then 4, 5, that is there is no term y6. So y6 is here. So what is the 3 times? 3 times y1, y2. So eliminate the terms whose suffixes are multiples of 3. Eliminate y3, eliminate y6, eliminate y9 in this bracket. And 2 times what? Plus 2 times y3, y6, y9, that is yn minus 3, that is the values of y whose suffixes are multiples of 3. So this is the Simpson's 3/8 rule. Again, the proof of the rule is same like Simpson's 1/3 rule or trapezoidal rule. First state the general quadrature formula. This is the general quadrature formula, and substitute n is equal to 3. That is we are going to take the integration over first 3 interval, x0 to x0 plus 3h. So these are the first 3 intervals, first 3 sub intervals. What is the first interval? x0 to x0 plus h. This is the first sub interval. Then x0 plus h to x0 plus 2h, second sub interval, and x0 plus 2h to x0 plus 3h is the third sub interval. So in the Simpson's 3/8 rule, we are taking the integration over first 3 intervals. Then next three, In this way, we are going to take the integration over last three intervals, and when the last three intervals remains, if the intervals are if the number of sub intervals are multiples of 3, if the number of sub intervals are suppose 9, then if we take first 3, then next 3, and then what we have, the remaining 3 are what, next 3 sub intervals. But if we take suppose the 10 sub intervals, and if we are going taking 3 at a time, then what will happen, first 3, then next 3 becomes 6, and then 4 remains, next 3 means 9, and then 1 remains. So in order to apply 3/8 rule, Simpson's 3/8 rule, number of sub intervals must be multiples of 3. So there is no condition while applying trapezoidal rule on the number of sub intervals. That is, while applying trapezoidal rule, take any number of sub intervals. But while applying Simpson's 1/3 rule, the number of intervals must be even in number. While applying Simpson's 3/8 rule, number of intervals must be multiple of 3. So take first 3 intervals, x0 to x0 plus 3h. Obviously, the end points of these 3 sub intervals are 4 in number. What are that? x0, x1, x2, x3. These are 4 in number, x3. And then corresponding values of y are 4 in number. What are that? y0, y1, y2, y3. And therefore, we have the terms up to delta cube y0 at this place. We have the terms at up to this term. Because the values of x or y are 4 in number, then the last column is what? The last column of forward difference table is delta cube. So we have the 4 terms, 4 up to third order difference, we have the non-zero terms. And afterwards, that is a higher order differences, delta raised to 4, delta raised to 5, all are 0, because there are 4 values. And so substitute here, n is equal to 3. So h integration I means what? Integration a to b. But what is that? x0 to x0 plus 3h. Integration x0 to x0 plus 3h fx dx. That is the first 3 intervals fx dx is equal to this h, and substitute here n is 3. So 3 y0. 3 square means 9 by 2 delta y0. Here is 9 by 2 delta y0. Then 1 by 2 factorial. Here substitute n is equal to 3. 27 by 3 minus 9 by 2. And the calculation is this term, 9 by 4 delta square y0. The calculation of this calculation, that is substitute n is equal to 3. So 3 is 27 by 3 minus 9 by 2, and into 1 by 2 factorial means into 1 by 2, and we have the calculation 9 by 4 delta square y0. Then substitute here n is equal to 3 again. So what do we have? 1 by 3 factorial means 1 by 6, n raised to 4, 3 raised to 4 is divided by 4 minus 3 cube plus n square. So calculate all these number. We have the answer 3 by 8. So then next step is what? H 3 y0. Substitute delta y0. What is delta y0? Is y1 minus y0. What is delta square y0? Actually, delta square y0 means delta of delta y0. And delta y0 is what? Delta y0 is y1 minus y0. And its delta is what? y2 minus y1 minus y1 minus y0. Or we have this answer. y2 minus 2y1 delta y0. y2 minus 2y1 plus y0. What is the calculation? This is the calculation of delta square y0. So how we can find delta square y0? Delta square y0 is delta of delta y0. So ignore this step. Directly find delta square y0 by using your procedure. Delta square y0 is delta of delta y0. Right? Delta y0 is y0 minus y1 minus y0, and then apply delta on both. We have this answer. y2 minus 2y1 plus y0. And then delta cube y0. Delta cube y0 is what? Delta of delta square y0. And delta square y0 is this. So find delta of this, delta of y2, delta of y1, 2 into delta of y1, y0. We have this answer. So this calculation already observed in the forward interpolation chapter, that delta square y0, delta cube y0, already these are determined in the chapter interpolation. So by using that, we have this step. So this 3y0 as is, non-m by 2, delta y0, ignore this step, directly write this step. That delta y0 is this, y1 minus y0, delta square y0 is this quantity, and delta cube y0 is this quantity. And then take this 3 by 8 as common factor. So if you taking 3 by 8 common means multiply this bracket by 8 and divide by 3. The reverse procedure. That is, if you have to take this 3 by 8 as common factor, then multiply by 8 in bracket and divide by 3. So multiply by 8 and divide by 3 means 8y0. Here is 8 by 9 by 2 into 8 by 3 is 12. y1 minus y0. Here 9 by 4 into 8 by 3 is 6. And this 3 by 8 into 8 by 3 is 1. So we have this bracket as it is. This bracket as it is. And then calculate all these 8y0 and 12 and all these calculations. We have this answer. y0 plus 3y1 plus 3y2 plus y3. 3h by 8, y0 plus 3y1 plus 3y2 plus y3. Take this 3 by 8 here common and then multiply by 8, divide by 3 in bracket. We have this. And then after calculation, we have this answer. So this is the integration over first 3 intervals. Then take next 3 intervals. x0 plus 3h to x0 plus 6h. And what are the endpoints? x0 plus 3h endpoint is what? The value of y is what? y3. Then y4, y5 and y6. These are the values at the endpoints over these 3 intervals. So next 3 intervals. First 3 intervals are these. Then x0 plus 3h to x0 plus 6h is what? 3h by 8, y3 plus 3y4 plus 3y5 plus y6. Similarly, if we take next 3 intervals, then what are that? x0 plus 6h to x0 plus 9h. fx dx is what? 3h by 8, y6 plus 3y5, y7 plus 3y8 plus y9. Next 3 intervals, integration over next 3 intervals. In this way, the integration over last 3 intervals. So what are the last 3 intervals? x0 plus n minus 3, right here n minus 3. Don't write here n minus 1, write here n minus 3. Correct here this one as 3. So n minus 3h to x0 plus nh, that is last 3 intervals. x0 plus n minus 3h. So when we have, we are remaining with the 3 intervals, last 3 intervals, if this number of sub intervals must be multiple of 3. Otherwise, we have 1 interval or 2 interval at the last. And so here n is multiple of 3. Then next last 3 sub intervals, integration over last 3 sub intervals, x0 plus n minus 3h to x0 plus nh fx dx is what? 3h by 8, y n minus 3 plus 3 times yn minus 2 plus 3 times yn minus 2, yn minus 1 plus yn. So adding all these respective sides of above equations, that is apply this rule. That is integration a to b, b to c is what? A to c fx dx. So by using this rule, again same a to b fx dx divided into addition of these n sub intervals. What are that? x0 to x0 plus, right here 3h. Don't write here 4h, 2h, x0 plus to x0 plus 3h. Correct here. Correction is there. x0 to x0 plus 3h. That is take first 3 interval. Then x0 plus 3h to x0 plus 6h. Right here x0 plus 6h. Plus last 3 interval are what? x0 plus n minus 3h to x0 plus nh fx dx. So correction is there in this step. While writing in your notebook the proof of this Simpson's 3/8 rule, right here x0 to x0 plus 3h. Here write x0 plus 3h to x0 plus 6h and write plus so on plus x0 plus n minus 3h to x0 plus nh fx dx, and then substitute the values. x naught to x naught plus 3h fx dx value is what? 3h by 8 y naught plus 3y1 plus 3y2 plus y3. This value integration x naught to x naught plus 3h. Then x naught plus 3h to x naught plus 6h value is this. Substitute the value of this quantity at this place, and then plus so on, the addition of all these plus so on, last integration over last three intervals is what? The value is what? 3h by 8 yn minus 3 plus 3yn minus 2 plus 3yn minus 1 plus yn. That is this value, last three intervals, this value, integration over last three intervals. And then adding, take this 3h by 8 as common factor. This y naught and yn are single terms, so in one bracket. And then this 3y1, 3y2, take this 3 as common. 3y1, 3y2, y2. Then 3y4, here is y5. In this way, yn minus 1, 2, yn minus 1. So take this 3 as common from this, all these terms, plus this y3, and this y3 becomes 2 times y3. This y6 and the next y6 become 2 times y6. In this way, yn minus 3 and the previous yn minus 3 become 2 times yn minus 3. Take these 2 as common factor, and then what we have? y3 plus y6 plus y9 and up to yn minus 3. And this is the Simpson's three-earth rule. The Simpson's three-earth rule is what? Integration a to b fx dx is what? 3h by 8 y naught plus yn, first value plus last value, plus 3 times these suffixes of y are what? Eliminating the y3, y6, y9 from this, and then 2 times the values of y whose suffixes are multiples of 3. So this is the Simpson's three-earth rule.